Good afternoon, sir. I have recently joined at Kalyan as DCP 15 days before. Prior to this, I was Superintendent of Police at Ratnagiri. I was heading a district for almost 2.5 years. I had an opportunity visiting Singapore and working with United Nations for a year. So, policing a smart city, challenges and opportunities. Smart city per se, as has been discussed, some improvement in urban structure, providing more facilities, enabling it with ICT, information and communication technology. So, all this is going to provide a lot of challenges. Like if we consider a city like Kalyan, the first and foremost challenge would be of that traffic. All of you might have experienced the slow pace with which our traffic moves. So how to cope up with this, how to mitigate this challenge, how to make our city more safe, how to reduce the accidents, how the pedestrians will have their right of way on these roads. That is a challenge. So, improvement of infrastructure for that, more wider roads, use of CCTV for controlling traffic, centrally monitoring the traffic by using CCTVs, then pedestrians being provided with footpaths and good roads, separating auto rickshaws, four-wheelers from that of normal traffic. These can be the solutions for mitigating this challenge. Besides that, sense of traffic on all the users of the road, that is what is more required. Not only this, our licensing system, sir, we need to improve. Because if we go to Europe and Western developed democracies, having a license is considered as an achievement. I myself have an experience. I had experience of driving a car for 7 years. And when I went to United Nations and I applied for having a driving license, I was failed. They denied license to me. They thought that my driving was not conducive for human beings who are present there on the roads. So they denied license to me. It means our licensing system needs to be more stringent. We should value the human life. In Europe, if a pedestrian stands on the road with the intention to cross the road or say highway, all vehicular traffic stops then and there, and he is given opportunity to cross the road. Pedestrians right of way, the concept is called pedestrians right of way. So we need to have such stringent policies. Number of accidents which are happening on our roads, blatant use of horns and vehicles, all this needs to be streamlined. So besides, and our public transport system, It has to be more robust, more improved. So traffic is a very big challenge we have to mitigate. Next is smart cities are going to be ICT enabled cities. We need to police cyberspace properly. So policing cyberspace is also a very big challenge. These days, number of cyber crimes being registered and number of cyber crimes actually happening, there is vast gap. I can say not more than 30% of occurrence is being registered. So how to improve this registration level? That is also a challenge. Improving the investigation skills of police concerning cyber crimes, that is also a challenge, because we are familiar with traditional crimes. For investigating cyber crimes, police officers need to be sensitized about ICT, various cyber crimes, crimes pertaining to emails, internet, net banking, intellectual property related crimes, and cyber terrorism, cyber threats. All these various variants of crimes in cyber domain, they require specialized police force, specialized training. So in order to mitigate this challenge, police organization, police machinery, they are trying to improve the skill set of our police personnel. Besides this, intellectual property rights and their infringement, like patents, trademarks, copyrights, geographical indications, this is the currency of this era, intellectual properties and their infringement. How to mitigate this challenge? It is also a very big question in front of all of us. Now the cyberspace, a responsible use of cyberspace as a user for that matter. Everybody of us these days are having one or two mobile phones. All of us use internet, computers. We use various connected systems, ERP solutions, intranets. So while using all these systems, are we using them in a responsible manner? There are more than a few hundred social media sites. How are we using them? Are we really responsibly using them? How are we sharing our own critical information on various social media sites? So we have to be really more careful while sharing our own personal details, or otherwise our photograph, our first name, our middle name, our date of birth, all this can be permuted and combined in a various ways, and our critical information can be used against us for committing various cyber crimes. Besides that, use of licensed softwares, preventing piracy. This is also a very important area, because if we don't use various softwares, authentic softwares, we will not be getting various patches, various patches, so that the software cannot be misused by various hackers and those who want to misuse. Wi-Fi, we day in and day out listen about it. Wi-Fi, this city has become Wi-Fi, that city has become Wi-Fi. How about the security of Wi-Fi? Here before in 2-3 incidents, the Wi-Fi was misused. People don't protect their Wi-Fi. The default settings are kept as it is, and they are being misused by hackers and those who want to misuse them. So these are some of the challenges in the ICT enabled society. Besides that, in like traditional society, street crimes, chain snatching, robberies, burglaries, housebreakings, crimes against women, vehicle thefts, these traditional crimes are bound to be there. Use of technology for not only for investigation but for prevention of these crimes has to be, we need to use technology for investigation and prevention of these crimes. Now for a city like Kalyan, this being a junction of railway, there are 9 railway stations also in this area. Huge influx of population from all sides of country. Huge number of slums. Now, for that matter, if we consider natively slum, and if we want to just have a census of that particular area, who is living in which hut, who has got migrated from which part of country, what people are doing there in wake of the upcoming challenges of terrorism. It's a very big challenge accounting for this huge populace. So in recent past, 2-3 youths from this particular area, it is alleged that they have gone abroad and joined some radical organization. So in wake of this, how to account for the influx of people? We need to regulate. We need to have some regulation making it mandatory for property brokers to provide information about lease of property, sale of property, or property given on rent, vehicles given on rent, so that they cannot be misused. Now in ICT driven, intellectual property driven, knowledge society, the crimes having international ramifications, they also keep on happening. In recent past, about 2 years, a year before, in Pune, one company that company was handling data of one of the bank from Middle East, Raiffeisen Bank. Data center company was located in Pune. Data center was located in Thane and adjoining areas. The company was handling data pertaining to cards, and it was a subsidiary of a internationally known card handling company. So a gang of hackers from UK, they had hacked into the data center of that company which was handling this data concerning payment cards, and on 29 locations, few $100,000 were siphoned off. This case was handled by US police and Indian police jointly. The gang leader was caught in US. So these type of crimes having international ramifications, they will also likely to happen in our areas. So we need to have robust infrastructure, monitoring internet, monitoring payment gateways, monitoring these type of transactions. The role of banks and financial institutes is also equally important in such type of crimes, particularly for prevention. And in such ICT-driven society, various standards which are meant for conducting the business properly, they need to be enforced. For example, for payment cards, we have payment card industry and data security standards. All of us, we use payment cards like ATM, credit cards, debit cards. Now PCI DSS standards, are they being really implemented at point of sale? What is point of sale? For example, petrol pump is a point of sale, malls are point of sale, all small shops which are using this card facility, all are point of sales. Now the softwares which are being used at point of sale, are they in tune with PCI DSS standard? Definitely they are not. Because whenever we visit any point of sale, you may observe your card is being swiped twice. Once for conducting the transaction, and unfortunately next time for collecting your data. Unfortunately, this is how people collect data, and this data is being misused. So in order to make cities, societies smarter, safe, involvement of all, means members of society, members of commerce, citizen, all need to take precautions to observe the requisite norms. So this is all from my side, sir. I think I have taken too much of your time. Thank you.